Hello everyone, in today's tutorial I will show you how to create this flower for portrait effects that you can see in here using Adobe Photoshop. And as you can see, these are other examples I created using the same steps that you will be using for this tutorial. Alright, fantastic, so let's get to it. Alright, so let's go ahead and open Photoshop, and I will take the image I will be using and open it right here. Alright, now we'll go to the crop tool and I will crop this image, so we'll be focusing just on the face, we'll be creating the effect. Alright, so I will one click on this check mark to commit the change. Alright, now I'm gonna double click on this background, so I will unlock it and I will name it model and I press OK. Now I'm gonna press Ctrl J so I can make a copy of the model, and I will leave this one as a backup in case I want to go back and use it later. Alright, now I will go to the pen tool in here, and in the pen tool make sure that you're selecting path, not shape. Alright, and I'm gonna start making the shape that we'll be using to cut the half of the face from. Alright, so I will one click and drag so I can make this handle in here, and then I'm gonna make another point in here so I can click and drag like so, and as you can see now we have 2 points in here, and if I press Ctrl I can take the points in here and make it whenever I want. And also if I press Alt I can modify this handle alone, and the same for the other one in here. If I press Ctrl I can move the point wherever I want it, and I will just make it over here, and then I'm gonna press Alt and I will modify the handle in here just right here. So this is like the basic on how to work with the pencil in here. So I'm gonna create a shape like that so I can cut the half of the face in here. Alright, so something like that. Now I will right click and choose make selection, and I'm gonna keep the feather radius set to 0 pixels in here, and I will press OK. Now as you can see this will load it to a selection. Now I'm gonna press Ctrl X so I can cut this part of the face, and then I'm gonna press Ctrl Shift V, and as you can see this will paste it in a new layer on top in here, and I will call this face shape in here. Alright, now I'm gonna press Ctrl T and I will move it a little bit down. You can move it wherever you want. Just gonna make it just around here. Alright, and I'll press enter. Alright, next I'm gonna press Ctrl and I'm gonna one click on this model copy in here, and as you can see this will load the selection of the whole layer in here with this part that we just colored, but we need to invert it so we can only have this part is selected. So I'm gonna press Ctrl Shift I, and as you can see this will invert the selection. Now I'm gonna create a new layer on top of the model copy in here, and I will call it edges, and then I will fill it with whatever color I want. So I'm gonna press Alt backspace, and as you can see this will fill it with black, and I will make the fill of this layer to 0%. Alright, now I will go to adjustment and I will choose solid color, and I'm gonna choose this color right here, and I will take it and put it under the model copy in here, and as you can see this will create this color inside the face. So we can always go back and double click on this solid color, sample a color from the skin in here and make it darker, just like that. Alright, and I will press OK. Now I'm gonna zoom a little bit so I can see, And then I will go to the edges layer in here, and I will double click on it, and as you can see the layer style dialog will open. And I'm gonna go to the drop shadow, and I will make the opacity to 100%, and then I will make the size to 0 and the spread to 100%. And then I'm gonna, with my cursor, I'm gonna take it and place the shadow so we can make this kind of 3D edge of the face in here. And I will make the size a little bit more so we can create this effect. I will make the size around 6 pixels or 7. I think 7.
The effect a baby has on their mother is fascinating, transferring antibodies, forging neural pathways to...
It looks good. Alright, and I will change the color to, let me sample color in here, and I will make it a little bit darker, maybe a little bit red. Alright, I think this looks good, and it will be okay. Now I will go to the noise in here, and I will make it around 15 or 10%. As you can see, this will create this kind of texture, which looks really cool. Alright, so that's it for this part of the face, so I'm gonna press OK. Now I will go to the face shape in here, and I will double click on it again so I can open the layer style dialog, and then I will go to the drop shadow again, and this time I'm gonna choose a black color, and I will put the spread to 0% and the noise to 0%, and I will put down the opacity around 50%, and I will place the shadow. Let me put the size around 40, and of course this depends on your image you'll be using. You might need to experiment with these values that I will be using in here, so just try to get a similar result or a result that you will like. Alright, I think this will look good. Now I will go to inner glow, and I will keep the blending mode to screen, and the opacity, let me just see what it will look like. Let's make it 25, and the size will make it 10% or 12. Let me put down the opacity a little bit more, maybe around 20%. Alright, and I hope it's okay. And as you can see, we get this really cool effect in here. I don't like the shadow of this part in here, so I will go back to drop shadow in here, and I will put it down a little bit. Maybe put down the opacity. Alright, I think this looks better, and I hope it's okay. Alright, now it's time to go and put the flower inside the face in here. So I will go and open the flower file in here. You'll find all these flower in the link from the description below, so just download them. Alright, so I will go and choose a bunch of these flowers in here. So I will go with this one first. So I will take it and open it in here, and I will make it a little bit smaller, just around here. Let me see. Alright, so the idea is to make the flower, this flower, look like it's coming from the inside of the face. So what I'm gonna do is I will take it and put it under the face shape in here, and as you can see, this will make it look like it's coming from the inside, but I'm gonna hide this part of the leaf in here, and I will maybe move it a little bit to the top, just a bit. Alright, and then I'm gonna select the flower file. Let me name it flower 1, and I'm gonna apply a layer mask to it. So I would go and one click on this layer mask icon, and then I'm gonna load the selection of the edges layer in here. So I will press Ctrl and one click on this edges layer, and as you can see now we have a selection of only with these edges in here. And I will invert it so we can delete from the outside of the selection. So I'm gonna press Ctrl Shift I, and then I will go and take a brush, a regular brush, and I will make sure that the opacity is set to 100% and the color is black, and I'm gonna start deleting just like this, and I'm gonna press Ctrl D to deselect. And as you can see now we have this flower looks like it's coming from the inside of the face. I think I want to make this part of the leaf visible in here, so I will make a copy of this flower 1. So I'm gonna press Ctrl J, and then I'm gonna take it and put it on top of the face shape in here, and I'm gonna select the layer mask, and then I will fill it with black by pressing Alt backspace. And as you can see now we have a black layer mask. And then what I'm gonna do, I will using a brush and a white color, I'm gonna start revealing this part. As easy as that. Alright, here we go, we have a really cool effect in